Hey all, this is Lynn with Paper Life, and I said I was going to try to do a tutorial, but let's be honest, this is going to be more of a craft with me because I don't know what I'm doing for the November weekly. And what I've done is I've prepped this side of the page with, let's see, it's just white acrylic gesso. It was the Artist Loft from Michaels, so just cheap brand. This side I actually did, this page I prepped with a clear gesso that I made. So homemade gesso on this side just to prep this side, and then the white. I tried the other day to make a video, and I actually used real leaves and I laid them down, but that was a colossal mess up, so I sanded it and then stuck the pocket on top of it to kind of disguise it. We'll call it good. I don't know what I'm doing in this one either, so let's just figure it out as we go, right? I just have some old book pages here, and I'm just trying to kind of start off by adding some interest. It seems like I've confused a lot of you, well, at least some of you, at least myself, on what we were doing with this. I think a lot of times we get stuck on this, we need to have rules, but wait, they didn't tell me what to do, I don't know what I'm doing. There is no rules. So if you want it to be something where you are using it as a writing prompt, go ahead. If you want to do it as a decorating your page prompt, go ahead. It's whatever you want it to be. I'm going to hopefully be doing kind of a mix between all of them. I don't know. I mean, realistically, I don't know what I'm doing in any of this. I'm just using the prompts as inspiration and kind of seeing where it takes me from there. I have some, it's color box, but it's archival ink, so it's waterproof. It's just, again, I think it's Michaels cheap brand. This paper is so old that it is very fragile, so I'm just trying to carefully go around and distress it just a little bit. I don't actually love this color brown, and I'll kind of show you here. It's just kind of almost has too much blue, I guess, in it. And sorry, I also have Thor inside, and kids are home from school, so we may have some different conversations going on during this video, but it is what it is. I'm just going to use some glossy Modge Podge. I've just been trying to use up my glossy because I haven't been the biggest fan of the glossy. So I've been using that a lot just to kind of put something down when I need a glue. And just kind of use it up, I guess. Sorry if you're someone that loves glossy and you're probably yelling at your TV or your computer or your whatever you happen to have it on. Don't waste your glossy. I'm sorry, I'm going to. Just kind of trying to tuck this down into the corner here a little. Anything that's kind of there we go. And there we go, like so. I just want to get that down. Now I used the not the Modge Podge, I used the gesso on my pages. I've really been enjoying the clear gesso because it does kind of lighten your color, but as you can tell, you can still see through it. I like that a lot. The white gesso tends to be a little thicker, so I was kind of planning on doing a lot more of my collaging on this side, and that's why I used that white, just to kind of add some strength to it. And then I use the clear on the other side just to add a little bit, I guess. A little bit. I am trying to mess around with doing some mixed media. It is not something that I will tell you I know what I'm doing on it. I'm just kind of messing with it. I just really wanted to do a lot of, I don't know, just experimenting, a lot of fun. Just kind of a messing around, see what happens. Trying to figure out if I want that there or not. Now, and the reason we did this Junk It Up challenge as bi-weekly, or not bi-weekly, as a weekly challenge instead of like a daily, is just because sometimes life gets crazy. I had originally intended to do this where I was doing it kind of something every day. Well, this last week has completely thrown that out the window. It has been crazy. So this just makes it where there's no pressure. We don't feel like we have to do something every single day. If we fall behind, we fall behind. There's nothing to fall behind on. You can do it as a monthly. But I just know, me personally, I am not good about actually using my journals that I either make or buy or given. I'm kind of afraid to mess them up. So it's like, oh no, if I put something on there and I mess it up, then what? So my thoughts is maybe this will help me actually use them. And I'll learn that I can sand off leaves when I don't like the way that they look. I'm not even gonna lie, guys, that was one of those oh my gosh, what did I do moments that I wanted to cry. And I'm like, great, it's like the first thing I've done in this book and I've already messed it up. But I don't know, I'm kind of like the way it came out. Let's see. I got some of these napkins today at Aldi's. I think they were like $1 for the whole pack. I haven't done anything with napkins in a while. So what I want to do is, hopefully while on camera, because nothing ever goes right on camera, is get some of these layers off. And of course I don't have any tape right here. Yeah, I don't have any tape close enough. Hello. Alright, I don't have any tape close enough, but I'm going to have to dig some out. Thor, you are going to have to wait. So, hopefully while I'm on camera, oh, there we go. If you just take your tape and stick it down to the paper, it'll kind of pull up those layers and give you a starting point. Oh, I ripped my napkin. Now these, I will tell you, okay, you probably don't need to keep a big stockpile of all your different colors, but these are actually nice too because they'll add a color to your page, or lack of color to your page. So let's see. Find my piece that I ripped off here. I think I'm going to put that along the edge there. Maybe. All I'm using here is some wax paper, just to kind of limit how much glue I get on everything else. I say kind of because it won't completely protect me. Okay. So as you guys can tell, I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh wait, so it's just normal, right? This is what I normally do. Now I will say with putting the Modge Podge down with your napkin, it's kind of a put it once and forget it. Wherever it goes down is where it's going to want to stay. I have not had any luck ever trying to lift that back up. All it's going to do, or at least all it does for me, is rip it and tear it. So I don't even try. But I do think I want to rip across the bottom here. Kind of show that stitching like so. Maybe a little across here and more than I wanted, but whatever, we're gonna go with it. I think that looked kind of cool. Oops. I got glue on pages. I didn't want to have glue on. So my inspiration for this page was leaves. Leaves are one of those things in fall that makes me think fall. You know, it's like I had one of the girls ask me, she was like, well, if we're not doing it as a writing, how do we know if they like or dislike whatever it is? Because I think for this week I said, you know, do you like fall? Are you a fall person? What do you like or dislike? Well, I'm going to put leaves down. Leaves could be something that people like or dislike. I'm kind of in both mindsets. I love looking and seeing all the different colors, but I hate having to clean them all up and sweep them all constantly. I guess the thing is whoever makes a journal, you know what that means for you. You know if it's a good thing, you know if it's a bad thing, you know if it's a little bit of both. I mean, I guess it's more of a wax paper down on this paper is not good. Okay, we're going to go with the distressed look on this paper. This is what you don't do, but I don't know, it's kind of cool. Kind of liking it. I'm kind of okay with that look. You guys honestly realize that all this stuff is usually a mistake when I do them, right? Like, I don't know how many times you've heard me say it. If you learn anything from these videos, you will learn that I make more mistakes than anybody else. Mistakes are okay. But I don't know, that's kind of cool. I think I actually kind of like that. I think I maybe I'll get at the heat gun and see if I can kind of heat up this wax and get it to seal on this paper, on the book page, and use this somehow, because that's kind of cool. Okay, sorry, distraction. So I got those all gluing and kind of drying. I feel like we need something here. I got some of these, well, where are they? Some of these little leaf cutouts. I got these from Dollar Tree, but I also saw Walmart had some. They're kind of more for decor around your house, but I liked them because they had like burlap. Well, at least something that looked like burlap. So I think what I am going to do is maybe, I think I like those. Maybe an orange, maybe a yellow. Okay, let's see. Alright, so I'm going to just kind of lay these over here. Oh yay, I think I'm almost out of this glue, which is yay, other than the fact that I have to then find more glue for continuing to do this video. So a little less yay. I'm hoping I'm still kind of in frame, not quite, but a little bit. Ah, get back over here. So I probably should have used something like a tacky glue or Fabri-Tac or something that would hold this down quicker. But I imagine this is going to hold eventually. I don't see why not, right? I mean, who knows? Alright, those aren't going to hold down like that quickly. So what I'm going to probably end up doing is just kind of trying to get in here with something and press the corners down while it's drying, and hopefully they kind of tack in place. See, like that one did pretty good. The bottom one. All this is fabric or tacky glue in like a smaller bottle. So I have a smaller tip on it, but same glue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fuss with this and probably get the heat gun out. Pause you guys for a couple minutes while I'm trying to get this to set so that you guys aren't literally sitting here watching glue dry. Then we will see what else I'm going to add on here or do on here. I don't know. I don't know. So let me pause you for a second. Let's get that part done and then we'll come back and see what else we do. Alright guys, you know how they say less is more? Obviously that is not a concept that I understand because I added another leaf on this page. Same thing, it was just these little fabric ones. The Modge Podge still isn't completely dry, but it's dry enough that I can continue. I'm going to go ahead and put the clear gesso on this side, at least on this page for right now, so that I can do something. I don't know if I'm going to do anything or not, but so I could potentially do something. This is actually one that I've made, but let's see. Oh, here's one that I bought. I believe it was at Tuesday morning, so I'm sure I didn't pay very much for it. I've never really messed around with gesso and all this stuff. I am not one that usually does a lot of mixed media. However, I have kind of fallen in love with the clear. I don't know, I really like the clear. I'll show you here in a minute one of the pages I did, which was a like calendar page, real glossy, kind of like a brochure paper. I put some clear gesso over it, and it's just, I really like it. It is my style, that is for sure. So clear gesso has become one of my favorites here lately. All I'm doing is trying to seal all this in with the clear gesso. And just be careful when you go over your napkin, because if you do a bunch of like different directions, you can still tear it. At least until you get that one other base layer on top, and then it gives it a little more structure, if that makes sense. The one thing I found about the homemade gesso is it seems to take a little bit longer to dry. I know, not something I'm super patient about waiting for, but it is what it is. And I'm going to go over this side more than anything to take some of that shine of the glossy off. Plus, going over it with the gesso makes it where now you can write over it. You know, it makes it a more usable surface. If you're using something like the Modge Podge, it makes, you know, it seals it in and it preserves it and makes it where it's not going to get the stains, but it also makes it so you can't write on it. I did go around and distress the edges of this page a little bit, as you can see. So I'm just trying to make sure I get it all in the little cracks and crevices and all the little areas. I think I shouldn't have put my brush in the water yet. I don't have any more Modge Podge over here since I used up the rest of that glossy. And I think what I need to do is I need to pause you again and get the heat gun out. Sorry, I don't have one of the nice little fancy heat guns that you see a lot of people using. I have a tool one that I got from Harbor Freight, but it is a little bit louder, so that's why I try to pause you in between it. So I'm going to dry this before I continue. Then we are going to not learn my less is more and add more on it, because why not, right? Okay, well, as you can tell, I'm still not completely dry. It still has a little bit of white from the glue in there, but most of it's dry. I told you I would show you why I'm kind of obsessed with Modge Podge or gesso here lately, the clear one. This was a calendar page that a friend sent to me. It was beautiful colors. It was done like in a gloss paper, you know, kind of like brochure paper. I put some of the clear gesso over the top, and it just kind of gave it more of a muted down colors. It gives it a nice texture. I liked it. But alright, so we got that. Let's see what else we can add on there to just make this page super crazy. Kind of thought about maybe doing some texture paste, because, you know, it seems like I need to add more on here, right? I don't know how well that's going to work going around that crease. I don't think it's going to work very well, so I'm going to go up, I think, in this area. I want to break up this white, though. I need to break up that white, because I don't want the white there like that. So, yeah, that napkin, when I took it apart, I don't know what I did with the other part of it, because I only used, oh, there it is. It's on the floor. I don't like that bare white right there, so I'm going to take some of my napkin. I grabbed the matte Modge Podge. Yep. Julie has a video that has a bunch of recipes for making your own Modge Podge and gesso and stuff like that. I'll try to link her video because it's pretty helpful. I think after watching her video, I don't know if I will be buying it or if I'll just be making it. It seems more user-friendly to be able to make your own, make it up as you need it. Using scissors or using your pencil is not a great idea. I don't know why I used Gesso or Modge Podge over the top of this. I should have been using Gesso. Yep, that's what I should have used. Okay, so close the Modge Podge up so I don't use that anymore because I want to leave this where I can write over it. Okay, let's try that again. Alright, so we have that down. Hopefully I didn't get too much on the page next to it. I think what I want to do, I went outside the other day and I collected a bunch of leaves and even some bark. The leaves I put Modge Podge on both sides of it, and it was just one of the ways that they said that you could like preserve your leaves. I didn't do anything with this bark. I was kind of thinking about maybe, because this is just like birch bark, so it's not very thick. I was thinking about maybe putting some on here, but I think what I'm going to do is pause you again for a quick second, heat gun this, kind of dry that so I can flip this page over, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so what I did was I dried that side mostly, and then I put a little bit of clear gesso on this side. Now I'm going to take my piece of bark here, hopefully, maybe. I don't know. Guys, this could be another scrape it off and sand it part of the video. Who knows? Because I don't know what I'm doing. This is the Modge Podge. I figure it'd be a little bit better at a quicker stick, maybe. And I'm just going to push it down. Any parts that are overhanging here, I may just go ahead and break off. I don't know yet. This is really one where I should have used, using different glue. Just joking. I don't feel like waiting for that to dry forever. So I'm going to grab some Fabri-Tac. try that again. So if I take some fabric tack, maybe it will tack down quicker. So that I'm not sitting here holding it forever. Or I'm still going to have to sit here and hold it forever. We don't really know. I don't know, this was just fun because I went out, I literally was out collecting this stuff from my yard the other day. Me and my daughter actually went out, so, you know, it became more than just a, I guess, more work because we went out and collected it beforehand, but I don't know. We get to incorporate nature into our journals. I like that. If it works. If it doesn't work, then I hate that, and that was the worst idea ever. I need about 20 more hands in for this not to be sticky everywhere. Because we are sticky everywhere. So what I'm going to do with this is I think my kiddos are ready to eat some dinner, and husband should be coming home from hunting soon. The dog's passed out and quietly sitting there. I'm just going to fuss with this and keep trying to get it to tack down. Any of the spots that I need a little more glue, I'll apply them. I'm going to probably go ahead and clear gesso over the top and heat dry it with the heat gun out and dry it. Then we will come back and see how bad I messed it up by adding that. Who thinks to add bark on a journal? Maybe that's why you shouldn't do it. Alright guys, we'll pause for just a minute. Alright guys, so what I did was I put some clear gesso. I did it this side, kind of heat gunned it. The kids are trying to be quiet while they're eating dinner, so therefore they're going to be louder than normal trying to be quiet. But it is what it is. I got some texture paste. It's kind of like a copper color. I liked it, so. And a stencil. I'm going to do a little bit of stenciling up here. Bless you. You guys didn't hear the sneeze, but one of them's trying to sneeze quietly. Probably my daughter. I'm not trying to get this perfect. I want it to kind of fade, because I don't want the whole thing done that way. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, that could have been better, but it is what it is. Clear this off a little bit. I don't know why this metallic texture paste like stains everything. So whatever. You guys may know a reason for why it does it, but it does it and it drives me crazy, but it is what it is. Not have that big old glob hanging off the side. Nope, I'm not going to be able to clean that up at all, so whatever. We're just going to act like I intended that to be there. Yeah, these were, got them in, I want to say, like, home repair section of Dollar Tree, but they're kind of cool. They work nice. I like them. They're definitely cheaper than buying the tools that are meant for it. Oh, I have no idea where my wet wipes went. So this is still a little bit wet, but I'm going to find something to write with. I have gunk all over my hands. Just gonna write leaves, good and bad, make me think of fall. Now, because of the type of pen this is, it's going to take it a minute for the ink to dry. But so I've basically done a page here for fall. I probably shouldn't close that up at the time, but I'm kind of doing it. So I don't know, mixed in some elements, had some fun. That's what I'm going to do for the first week of fall, or November challenge. May end up adding more in, kind of messing around with it for the time being, but for right now I gotta talk to you all later because it is time for me to act like a parent and go do parent things. And talk to you all later. Bye.